it's a really interesting little place.
Probably quite a unique place. You really get a sense of being at home here.
So yeah, the island's community owned, and the trust is there to manage all the assets. And so yeah, it's my job just to help support that in any way, shape or form.
So Jane's been here for getting close to 6 years now, and she came as the business development manager, and she's now the senior manager. And that has came about through her development. You know, it's only because the amount of money she's brought to the island has been amazing. She seems to get money for projects and seen them through. So she's a crucial part of it. Without Jane being what she has been done, it's doubtful any of this would have happened.
So we have delivered the new camp and motorhome site, so that's had a really positive impact on the island in terms of managing visitor numbers, but also managing negative connotations with wild camping and mitigating that impact of wild camping on the island. But it's also brought a kind of a new aspect to Gigha's economy, and that there's more visitors coming to stay on the campsite and then in turn spending a lot more money on the island. We're just close to delivering and finishing 5 new affordable homes. So again, that was something that had been identified for years, that the community, it wasn't necessarily about building more homes to encourage more people to live here, it was about building homes that the community that already live here needed. So there was a kind of an aspiration to design homes that met the need of the residents that were here, particularly our elderly and our young residents.
Having affordable, lettable houses is crucial. We need holiday accommodation, yes, but we need to have affordable housing because we need people to work. There's lots of jobs in the island. Anybody coming here, if you come here yourself today and you'll get a job. That's one of the restraints we've got, is we don't have enough people to do the work. And we need housing for that. So these 5 new houses should help in that situation.
And a community aspiration for a very long time was to be able to access different locations on the island, access their heritage, and the biggest issue was that there's just no footpaths on the island. We also wanted to kind of find an opportunity to reduce Gigha's carbon footprint, so encouraging more active travel opportunities. So yeah, we delivered a kind of an island-wide project of path networks, and also had the opportunity to tap into interpretation of the island and its assets. So we did a lot around interpretation of heritage sites, and tapping into those kind of stories of the island. And another key project was to restore Ackmore Gardens. The gardens very much declined under community ownership, so there was a real aspiration to reverse that and see the gardens restored to their former glory. So we took on a project to sort of look at how we make a business case for the gardens, make them financially viable, where we've had a team of gardeners in place, and there's been little projects here and there to restore them, and a bit more investment in terms of the infrastructure around the gardens to make sure visitors are able to come here, they can spend their money in the gardens, spend their time in the gardens, and it all has a kind of a positive impact on the wider island economy if there's a key tourism asset that's being well looked after and maintained.
Going from near bankruptcy to where we are now couldn't have happened without Highlands and Islands. But the moral support and practical support is huge. And without that, it could have never happened. I mean, yes, there are a lot of links in the chain to make this work, but Highlands and Islands is certainly one of them. Financial support, but an awful lot of support that's not in money terms. Just advice, help, where to go for this and that. So that's made the difference between it. Without it, it wouldn't have happened. That's just it. If they hadn't been in there, or even if the staff within Highlands and Islands weren't as good as they were or are, you wouldn't be here just now, that's for sure. What the island would be like, it would still be here, it would still be beautiful, but it probably wouldn't be run with our trusts, with island directors at least. I think other organisations will have to come in and run it from out with.
So yeah, it's been a very busy 5 or so years, and we've also had some other little projects going alongside that. We've had things like our new helipad was constructed, which was a great asset for the community, and we're looking into projects to build like a multi-use games area for the younger generation of the island. So there's always some level of development happening, and always new aspirations to invest in the island.
So I think the island's got a great future. There's too many people who loves it for not to be a great future. But the finances always challenging. But no, I think it'll be good. Once we get a bigger ferry,